Why is my iPad thing not working? Let's try this again. Alright, new video capture. Okay. Of course something goes wrong the second I start streaming. I just fixed this before the stream too. Weird. Alright, let's unplug the iPad in. Put it back in. How's it going, everyone? How is everyone doing this weekend? Let's do... There it is. Beautiful. Just had to plug it back in. All set. Is my voice too quiet? I watched the stream back last week, and everyone thought that the sound was cut off because it went from super loud with like the stream starting soon music, and then dipped really low into my voice, which was significantly quieter. So let me know if this is like too quiet or anything like that, and I'll speak louder or move the mic closer or something. It happens every time. Yeah, last couple streams I've had good luck where I fixed it before the stream and then it actually worked, but we're back to something going wrong. That's alright. Minor blip. So tonight I'll be finishing up Trubbish here, and I'll be making about an hour's worth of progress on Hoodwink. I say that because I'll probably just get the line art done. There's some changes I want to make to this, and then get the line art done at least. As far as color, maybe that might be next week's problem, but I'm going to work on each of these for about an hour, and then the third hour I'll be doing a couple sketch requests, so 1 or 2 sketch requests, so that should round out the night nicely. Maybe a tiny bit louder. Okay, I'll move the mic a little bit closer and talk a little bit louder. So how's everyone's weekend going? Mine is going very well. Let me get my favorite dry ink brush. I got all my work done last night and a little bit today, so I can just chill with you guys now. Sorry about the stream being Saturdays. I need to get into a routine, but I say this every week, so. Yeah, how's it going in Australia? This morning, yeah. It's this evening here. So it's Sunday morning where you're at, right? Because you're way ahead of me. Alright, and I'm looking at a reference of Trubbish, or I closed it. Here it is. Trubbish, the trash bag color is very green. Yeah, your Nans for the whole week. You're at work. Best time to watch the stream while you're working. Why am I using a dark red? I don't know. Let's get a gray-green to start. We're gonna actually do the correct colors to start for these flat colors, which is rare for me. I want to see how light I can make this sketch without it disappearing, so you can still see it. There we go. Still visible. And Trubbish shouldn't even take a full hour. I feel like Trubbish I can get done in about a half hour. Might open a little bit more time up for Hoodwink. Or I'll just do an hour like I said I was going to do and then get to sketching and maybe do 3 requests instead of 2. We'll see how the night goes. I just know that line art's going to take about an hour because there's some changes I want to make as well. And I guess we'll do this whole shape behind the teddy bear and just do shapes on top. Get comfy, get my bad posture settled here. Yeah, thank you for sending all the reference pictures. I screenshotted them, put them all in a little folder on my desktop to pull up later, and then I took screenshots from the video link you sent as well. So I want to change the face to have the eyes a little more wide open, maybe some teeth showing, a little bit more alive and awake, because it seems like the personality I gave the sketch, not knowing the character at all, was a little sleepy compared to how she really is in the video. So I'm going to wake her up a little bit in the face and then get to the line art. So I'll be doing that for about an hour after I finish Trubbish. Yeah, I love the teddy bear idea. It's so cute. That'll be fun too, because I want to do some textures on the different pieces of the teddy bear fabric. I think that'll look really cool. Like the denim I started doing last stream. And then maybe something fluffy and fuzzy or silky for different pieces, so it clearly is fabric from like 3 or 4 different sources, you know? I think that'll be fun. Yeah, that's sweet. I hope 50 billion people don't watch. That would be kind of terrifying. But yeah, it's nice to have a consistent like handful of people that come every week. It's really good. I really like it. So thank y'all who are regulars here now. You guys are more regular to my streams than I am, I feel like. A crackhead squirrel. Yeah, a lot more alive and bouncy and active than how I drew her. So I'll make her face a little more livened up, and then maybe warp the pose a little bit to make it look a little bit more active and less passive. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like doing when I get there. And then the trash hands are like a gray, like a orangish gray. We're just gonna start with that and fix it from there. We'll do the trash hands on top, and then I'll do the teddy bear on its own layer underneath. Or maybe a whole group of layers so I can do all those different fun textures. Something like that. Hey, how's it going? How's your Saturday going so far? Girl boss Scrat? She kinda is. That's so sweet, thank you. I'm sorry I'm not more consistent, but at least I stay to the weekends and roughly the same time. I need to get into a routine. I may be moving soon, fingers crossed that goes through, but I'll keep everybody posted on the community tab and Twitter if the schedule gets messed up, and as I get adjusted and figure out my new stream setup or whatever when that happens, if that happens. So that should be good. Hopefully it doesn't mess with my flow that much. I was thinking about in my next place, I'm like, I already sit cross-legged on like a big stool right now. Like, I don't like regular, yeah, I'm consistently inconsistent. That's exactly it. I already don't really like sitting at a regular desk chair or a desk, so I was thinking about getting a floor desk and just fully leaning in and just getting myself comfy cozy on the floor. And like, they make comfy floor chairs now. I can just tuck my legs under a floor desk. Just get cozy in a corner of my room someplace. It'd be good. Where are you heading now? Just a different place in Chicago. Just moving around. Just moving around. But it'll be good. Where was I gonna put the teddy bear layer? Right here. Actually, I might do 2 layers. One for the head and the bottom feet, and then one for the top arms. I saw it. Cool. Oh yeah, it's October, so it's Autism Awareness Month. Happy Autism Awareness Month, everyone. I celebrate by having awesome friends who are on the spectrum. That's how I celebrate. About to say, don't come to Maryland. Nah, not on my places to move to, from what you've told me. Though, you know what, I've lived in a few states now, and they're all good and bad in different ways, you know what I mean? There's good and bad anywhere you go. Depends on your perspective, what neighborhood you're in, what kind of job you have, all kinds of factors, you know? I could be happy pretty much anywhere, given the right circumstances, you know? Oh, you got 2 Marylanders. Is that what you call people from Maryland? Marylanders? Probably not. I was born and raised in Michigan, so I'd be a Michigander. No matter where I live, I'm a Michigander. The spookiest of seasons. It is a spoopy time of year. I've lived in Philly briefly. I lived in Florida for about 6 months when I was doing the Disney thing. Lived in 2 different parts of California, both LA and the Bay Area. Bay Area is much nicer than LA, I'll say that. And Chicago, and of course Michigan. And I've had good times and bad times in all those places, so it really, really depends. You don't know what you call it? Is there not an official like name for people from Maryland? I'll just say Marylanders. Marylanders. and Chicagoans are just Chicagoans. I don't even think Chicago feels like part of Illinois. It just feels like its own distinct state, to be honest. Because I haven't seen very much of Illinois outside of Chicago, but I will say it seems pretty like rural, like my hometown, you know, in Michigan. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to do for Illinoisans outside of Chicago. You live in Florida? Where at in Florida? Well, you don't have to say. You don't have to dox yourself. I'm just like North Florida, Central. Because I lived in Central Florida briefly because I was at I was working at Disney briefly for the college program, which was pretty cool. You don't have to stay up until 10 p.m. It's on the weekend. You're called crab people in Maryland? Like the mole people, but the crab people? Maryland's known for the crabs, but you're allergic to shellfish. I'm not even allergic to shellfish, I just don't like seafood. Fun fact for anybody who doesn't know me, I am a vegan because I love being annoying and an inconvenience to all my friends. But really, I'm just stubborn and I don't want to eat animal stuff. But I don't care if anybody else is a vegan or not. I'm never gonna give you a hard time about it. Feel free to give me a hard time though. But anyway, I have less of a problem with like eating like an oyster or something. Like I don't think that's a big deal. However, I've never liked seafood, so that's how I'm owning myself. I'm cutting out an entire type of food just because I think it's yucky. But I'm sure there's good seafood out there to try, you know. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, it's weird that I guess it's not weird, it's cool that I have a viewer from the other side of the planet. Kind of crazy, this internet thing, huh? Meet people from all over the place. Did I do this on the right layer? Okay, good. I lost my train of thought for a second, and thought I was just painting this all on the same layer. Oops. Okay, so I have this done, so I need the nose done. I'm gonna move this eye up a smidge so it's not overlapping the muzzle here. Something like that. And move this one to match. That's kind of cute. Only type of seafood you like eating is fish sticks? Yeah, same. Back when I ate fish, that was about it. Fried catfish. It's pretty good. Ate a lot of bluegill growing up. My dad would fish. My dad, big fisher and hunter. Still to this day. So fresh fish. Battered up. Pretty good. Pretty good. But I never was into tuna or crab or squid or any of that kind of stuff. Just not to my liking. It's a good idea not to eat octopi. Yeah. Yeah, if anybody's gonna take over the planet, it's gonna be the octopuses. It's their turn. Yeah, let's do a clipping mask here for the top part of the feet, or the bottom, the second layer. And this looks crazy right now, but I promise I'll fix it. And I notice when I pull away, I'm like a mile away from the mic. That's probably why the volume's so low. Is because I just gradually shift away from the mic the entire stream. And then you can't do a clipping mask on top of a clipping mask, but I have an idea for where the bottom of the feet show. It's very clever. It's called I'm just going to erase this and then paint underneath. Very brilliant. Actually, let's raise the opacity because I can barely see what I'm doing, let alone you guys. There we go. Everything tastes like chicken. Squid rings, calamari, just called them that. Squid rings is a more fun name for calamari. Who are you drawing today? Good question. Right now, I am working on Trubbish, the trash Pokemon. And then I will be working on Hoodwink from Dota 2. Who is a character that I don't know, but was part of the randomized sketch request list, which I noticed the list, there's some substance on it. There's about 20, 30 things on it, but feel free to throw any more suggestions at me to add to the list, and I might roll yours later in the stream after I work on Hoodwink for a bit. Let's see. You think chocolate tastes like chicken? No. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah. I'm erasing the end here so that I can keep this all nice and clipped to the same layer without having to paint a new layer painstakingly on top. Genius. I like using as few layers as possible, which makes some things harder, but it makes this kind of stuff a little easier. And I can actually combine these two into one layer. This... Yeah, both of these are different colors, aren't they? This is like not quite black. Weird. Well, we'll fix all that anyway later. Need to add a few stitches down here on this foot. Oops. Why is this semi-see-through? Oh, it's because it's underneath this layer. Well, this can be on top of everything. Let's fix that right now. And now this will show up. Ooh, what is going on here? Is there anything above it? Okay, it was just glitching weird. It was showing some of that like pinkish color on top of the black when I painted. That's weird. Okay, that looks good to me. And then I'm gonna do the fluff on, I guess, the same layer as Trubbish's body. It doesn't really matter. I'll just make it gray for now. Oops. Oh, it's because this layer is like low opacity. Here we go. Let's do something like that. And then a little curly Q. That looks like fluff. Beautiful. Lower this opacity again. And then we're going to do the eyes and teeth here. Let's see. OCs I won't do just because I feel like that would take a lot of time to like study the reference and things like that, and B, I'd prefer that to be a commission. I am open for commission. If you go to alyssaaaron.com /tree, I think there's a link to the commission form. It's linked in the description of this live. So I will draw your OC for money, but as far as free requests, it should be a known character or something generic like orange cat wearing a pirate hat or something. So if your OC happens to be an orange cat wearing a pirate hat, that's fine, but you're gonna get my take on an orange cat wearing a pirate hat, and it's not gonna look like your ref sheet. You know what I'm saying? So something like that. So you can kind of cheese it that way, I guess. If you want to see like your blue squirrel OC, you can request a blue squirrel, but it's not gonna be like, I'm not gonna look at your ref sheet, you know? Let's see. A metal band whose theme is being magic frogs. I don't know what's going on in the chat, but I like the idea of a magic frog band. So yeah, if you want to get crafty and your OC is like some kind of animal, feel free to request that, you know what I mean? I respect trying to cheese some free art out of that. I respect it. And it's totally random what gets picked as well. I use a random list picker thing, so there's no guarantee that your request will get done tonight or in the next couple streams. It's just in the never-ending list of ideas to pull from. So keep that in mind. Yes, I've drawn most of your stuff for money. Most of your OCs. Art Lives, Art W. Hello, Sticky Art Shorts. Welcome. W art community. Appreciate you. You know, I feel like a bad art community member because I don't often seek out art content unless I'm looking up how to do a specific thing. Like if I'm looking how to paint clouds better or something, I'll look up tutorial videos. But I don't follow a lot of artists as far as like YouTube or video creators. I follow a lot of artists on like Twitter and Instagram and things like that, and Threads even. But I need to get more involved in like the video art community, I think. Because it's like, I'm part of that. I should be meeting more people, you know, in my own community. But I do love following lots of cool artists on Twitter and things like that. We're going to do a clipping mask here for these lines so they don't go outside the boundary of Trubbish's body here. And we're going to raise the opacity a bit so I can see what I'm doing better. That's better. There we go. And then we're going to square off the end of that because I think it looks cool. Like that. And like that. Just because I like the look. And I think I'll do this on the same layer as... Okay, good. I thought I put the mouth line on the same layer. We're just going to do an eyebrow like so, and have it kind of fade. And then also have a squished cheek right here. And then the eyeballs. We're going to do right here, the pupils. Like it is. A dinosaur Animal Crossing is coming out? What's that called? Have followed that on Twitter, aka X. Thank you. I am not active on social media like I should be, considering I do streaming. But you know, if I end up moving, I'll figure out a like twice a week thing, or I don't know. I found it very hard to get in the groove lately, so I'll figure it out. I'll get better at promoting on Twitter and posting stuff, whatever. But I appreciate the follow. My social media game is not on point. But you know, this has been more of a source of fun for me since I started doing this anyway. It's not as stressful as making like scripted videos and things like that. It's just a place to chill out for a few hours and like draw stuff that's not for a client. It's just fun. So I don't pressure myself to promote it as much, you know. If it's just kind of a chill place to hang out, it's less important to like plug it. And whoever shows up, and we have a nice time. Yeah, now you have to share with the class. What's the dinosaur Animal Crossing? I'm curious. Send it after work for email. Cool. Yeah, you like the once a week? Good, good. I like it too because it takes the pressure off to like be on for more than a couple hours. Like my voice goes after like hour 2. So like hour 3, I'm good. Yeah. So doing that twice a week, I don't know. Which is funny because I do a lot of karaoke. You think my voice would be a little less susceptible to going out after a few hours, but there you have it. Constant talking is more draining than like bursts of singing, I think. Where did my water go, speaking of voice? Oh, right here. Looking all over the room. Amber Isle? Is that the name of the game? Yeah, social media is way too much work. It's crazy. Art is full-time work. So if you don't know, if you're new to the channel, I'm a freelance artist. I do all kinds of stuff. I get a lot of work through Fiverr. I have a variety of people that reach out to me via my like contact form, things like that. So I'm always working on like 5 different projects at once. So I'm drawing constantly, but I don't typically share it with social media. It's like for a client or whatever, or it's like a local plumbing company wants me to draw a toilet or something. So it's not the kind of work I want on my portfolio necessarily, but it's nice to have this space to like unwind and draw cute cartoon characters, which is like my favorite thing to do, is cute animals and cute food. Yeah, I think you meant like a game that's similar to an Animal Crossing like game featuring dinosaurs. But yeah, if the art's cute enough and it's on Switch or Mac, I'll check it out. Those are my requirements for checking out a game. Is it cute? And can I play it on the Switch or on my MacBook? I tried playing, can I put, Quasi the Pirate Cat from Octonauts? Yeah, I can put that on there. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I'm sure Google will help me out. The Pirate Cat Octonauts. Added to the list. I'm sure Google will figure it out. If I type in Pirate Cat Octonauts, it'll figure it out. Oh no, yeah, listen, if there was a new Animal Crossing, like proper Animal Crossing title, that's all I'd be drawing, is like Animal Crossing stuff to celebrate. You'll know. I think a signal will go off in my brain that'll tell me that there's new Animal Crossing characters to draw. Wake up! Wake up, Alyssa. You got 150 new characters to draw. I don't want to do full outline, but I like these lines here. So we're gonna make these like just slightly darker than the garbage bag itself, I think. I like them for now. I could always erase them later if I don't like them. But for right now, I'm going to raise the opacity of all these layers and then get to changing the colors around. And then Trubbish will come together pretty quickly, I think. Let's see. I think these are all full opacity. Turn off the sketch. Ooh, actually I want to do something. I want to duplicate the sketch because I want to use these colors as reference because I like these colors I picked last time, actually. Whoops. I guess it doesn't matter if it's distorted. I'm just cutting this out. Cut and paste. Delete that. There's my color ref for Teddy. Put that small next to Teddy here. Let's see, I gotta pay the bills when important to feed the passion. Yeah, burnout is a real thing. Yes to cute, not sure about switch yet. Yeah, balance is key. It's keeping your sanity in check. So many times in my life I've thought I should just get a part-time job just to ease some of the burden of like drawing all the time. Which sounds crazy because I'm literally drawing cartoons in my pajamas and I'm able to pay my bills with that. But like it takes the joy out of drawing when you do that after a while, you know? It's the thing that sounds crazy if you don't do it and that's what you want to do, but it's true. They say like do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. It's like do what you love for work and it'll take the love out of it a little bit. So the streams and like doodling for myself is a way to put the love back in it, you know? Like this is just fun. Pure fun. And if I felt like drawing whatever I felt like drawing, I could probably do it and y'all would probably still watch. It's just more fun to do requests. Because I like the excitement of people seeing their requests pop up, you know? I think it's fun. So these arms are trash, so I can get funky with the textures here if it's just garbage, right? Ooh, Stickman with gray is kind of... Let's do a little more yellow. Get a little variety of color in here. But it has to be gross color. Like muddy and gray. I can do something like that. And then I can go over it with some grunge brushes with some shades of gray. I think that'd be cool. Just drawing Animal Crossing till the world ends, yeah. The teddy bear, the colors are a reference to Stitch, I suppose, because I like the orange and purple. But the bear is kind of his own thing. We can give him a name if you want. If anybody would like to suggest a name for Trubbish's bear here, feel free. He's just the garbage bear for now. And I think his little feet are part of the garbage bag. Let me find some real grungy brushes in here. I want to get some grunge and grime. Charcoal, maybe? This burnt tree one looks good. Let's get like a green gray. Ooh. Bigger and more gray. Yeah, I kind of like that. Just adds a little chunky funkiness to it. Name should be Trashy Trash Bear. Here, let me quit. I think my mail app made a noise. I didn't want it to. The donate stream, add a new belt to the dragon. Yeah, I should do one where I draw a fantasy dragon character and it's unclothed to start, and every super chat dollar adds another belt to the dragon. I think that'd be good. Beans. Beans the bear is cute. It could be like a horse name, like you know how horses have to have insane names for racing or whatever. So it could be like Trashy Stitch Beans Oscar the bear. Sorry about the... It was just my inbox. I thought it was closed. I'm so sorry. Did not mean to jump scare y'all with the Apple Mail noise. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit of this, and then I'm going to come back to the trash arms in a second, because I want to do the garbage bag body. Because I want to make sure these colors are still, like, visible. And I think this green-gray is going to blend in too much to the trash. So, let us deal with this body first. And it's nice and shiny and smooth, so we can use some real soft... let's do, like, a medium hard brush. Hard blend. Let's try that. And we'll do darker and maybe a little more blue on the bottom here. Something like that. Yeah, I like this hard blend. I think that looks pretty good. And we'll make the edges a little firmer so it looks a little shinier, you know? Ooh, maybe a little more firm than that. Let's do... I don't use these that much, really, so... I use the same, like, 4 brushes for everything, so... Try something new for Trubbish here. I think this could be shinier still, so this should be even more blue. A little darker. Mr. Trashy, Oscar the Stitch Beans. Yeah, something like that. It's his horse name. Or it's like when you have a cat and you call the cat 20 different names, but the cat's original name is just Cat or something, but you call it Stinky, Mr. Trashman, you know. That's how Trubbish treats his bear. How can I make this shinier? I'm looking at the ref and it's like these splotches of shine like this. I guess I could go in and add an even lighter color. Do you guys have any nicknames for your pets that are like that? My sister has a very fat cat named Fish, and I call him all kinds of names. I call him Lunchbox, Tons of Fun, Tons of Love, Big Boy, Fatty, Chunkers, Fishy Wishy. Actually, I like the rounded look. I like the shading being like this because it makes it look more like it's full of trash, like a balloon full of trash or something. I don't know. I like that better. Just messing with it till I like it. That's the other reason I like streaming too, is I just kind of play around with stuff till I think it looks good enough and call it. I can't really do that with client work. Like, I have to do it the way they want it, you know. But here I can just kind of mess around with stuff until it looks good, and then I ask you guys if it looks good, and you go, yeah, and then we move on to something else cute. I love it. Call him Wally from the movie. Wally! Doorknob. Yeah, I love when people name their cats random stuff like that too. A dog called Spud. I sometimes call him Spuddy. Pika Cat for sure. Long Boy for Meatball. Meatball is a great name for a pet. I love that. My favorite name for a pet that I've never owned a pet named this, but if I ever did get a cat again, which I don't know if I ever want to get another pet again, to be honest. Like, I might be good. I'm done with cat hair on my clothes, you know? Something petty like that. But Sneakers, I think, if I ever did end up with another cat. And you never, like, go out of your way to get a cat, they just find you. It's like the cat distribution system. But, like, I don't think many people intend to get a cat. They just kind of appear and stay. So, I can't say for certain I'll never have a pet again, because a cat's just gonna find me. And it'll be named Sneakers. A puppy that I named Pepper, and I call her Pepper Stepper. So I would call her Dr. Pepper. That's cute. Pepper Stepper. My mom has a cat named Katie, because they thought it was a girl cat. Turned out it was a boy cat. Kept the name Katie, but nobody calls the cat Katie. They call the cat Beeper. But my mom still calls the cat Katie, so... He's Katie and Beeper. And he's called Beeper because when he's this giant orange cat. He's bigger than all the other cats in the house. He's huge. He has paws like mitts, like mittens. But when he meows, it's just a little beep. Might find one of Mr. Farrell's kids. There's always some cat in a parking lot, or some cat on your way to school or work or wherever you're going. There's always a cat somewhere lurking. My former roommate's cat was just a cat that used to live on the property catching mice. I guess there used to be a restaurant in the house that ended up getting rented out, and she was just a mouser. And she would just follow my roommate into the house after he moved in, just as if she lived there and as if she was his cat. So he just was like, yeah, I guess you're my cat now. and got her chipped and vaccinated and named her, and she was very cute. She was a great cat. Talia. A beta fish named Booger. It makes me sad that they still sell beta fish in those little like deli cups or whatever. It's so sad. I know they need to be kept apart, but like those conditions are not they're not suitable for a fish. It's a no good. And I hadn't seen that for a minute. I hadn't seen like a Walmart or anything sell them in a while, at least not the one here. Went to a different store and they had them. I was like, oh geez. Didn't know you streamed. Yeah, I've been doing it for like a couple months, 2 months now. So yeah, welcome. Kind of new to it. I feel like I just started a week ago. I feel like I'm only now just kind of getting the hang of it. So it feels brand new, but welcome to the stream. There isn't a fly Pokemon yet? That can't be true, right? They've done every animal. It's like the saga of the fruit guy I told you guys about the other stream, where I had a client who wanted me to draw like homies, like the ones you get in the vending machines, like the gangsta cartoon characters. But he wanted one of all these fruits. And it started off normal where he wanted an apple, a banana, a pear, a peach, and then it gets a little more out there where it's like, oh, he wants a cherry and a black cherry, and he wants a kiwi and a passion fruit and a guava. Okay. And then it was just like a Wikipedia article of every fruit ever discovered on planet Earth, basically. It ended up being like, I don't remember, 150 or 200 fruits or something. It was the worst job ever. It ended eventually, is the best thing I can say about it. What was I even talking about? But anyway, Pokemon's like that with animals, right? Like, surely they've done every animal. There's no way that there's no fly Pokemon. Maybe, you know what I do? I just increase the saturation here. The Trubbish arms are a little bit more brown. Let's do that. Oop. Maybe a little lighter, brighter. Okay, I kind of like this. And then go back over that with that grungy brush. I kind of like that. I'm going to do a little bit of that on this one. Yeah, I kind of like the way that looks. It looks trashy. It looks like trash. I'm going to copy... Where did it go? Ooh, I have all these too. Gritty, crayon shader. I have so many different things for like patterns and things. Where did I go? Abstract, charcoals, right? Yeah, burnt tree. That's the one I used. I'm gonna go back in here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm glad your sister has a good proper tank for the beta fish. Lantern flies? No, that's not a problem here. I'm sorry for your troubles, though. The Aussie Pokemon. We don't have a Bilby Pokemon or a platypus. Yeah, I guess there isn't a platypus Pokemon, huh? That's surprising to me, because platypuses are practically already Pokemon. Like, they're ridiculous creatures. So it's a little surprising to me. That's a no-brainer Pokemon. What else did I want to try? Oh yeah, I wanted to do a clipping mask and then maybe I'll do a textured brush and then highlight just to make it stand out against the body a bit and against the bear. Just want to try highlighting it with like a textured brush. I think that'll look kind of cool. Maybe not that color. Let's do like a yellow, green, something that looks kind of gross. And maybe maybe even just use that burnt tree again. Yeah, I like the pieciness of that. And it's not so solid. Kind of makes it stand out. Well, the bear is gonna change how all that looks anyway, so maybe I won't worry about it just yet, but I want to do it real quick here. Just a bit of a highlight on the trash. Nothing crazy, just Like a little bit of light hitting it. This mound of trash. I feel okay about that. And then I wanted to brighten up the highlight here. So we're gonna go back to this medium hard brush. Just on a few areas, just do lighter, brighter highlights. So we're gonna do one here. We're gonna do one like on the side of the body here. Like this, maybe? Something like that. No, I'm not crazy about how that looks actually. Go back, go back. How about, let's keep it simple. Keep the shape nice and simple like that. Still don't know how I feel about that. And then just a tiny little highlight just to make it extra shiny. And just go in with a few shiny spots. Like so. Nice shiny trash bag. That might be overkill as far as like over-rendered for this like flat style, you know? I think that's what's bugging me, so we're gonna peel that back a little bit. Pare it back by painting over it with dark color. Yeah, it's still too much. So we're gonna go over it like that. Okay. I like it with just a little bit of highlight there. Let's see. You're gonna head out, have fun. Thank you. Have a good rest of your night. A flying squirrel. Yeah, that'd be a cute one. Yeah, more Pokemon in general that are not Pikachu clones. Alright. Where are we at? Now it's time to do the bear. So we're just gonna literally sample the colors from the bear so I can hide the ref. I'll select that. And then we'll go in with some interesting textures and do something fun with the bear as well. 7:42. Okay, we're right on track to finish this in the hour mark. Because around 8 Eastern, I'd like to... Ooh, I was going to add stitches on that one too. We'll deal with that in a second. I'll switch to Hoodwink after I finish this guy up here. And then do this color here. Oh, and this whole arm is pink actually. So, what am I gonna do? Oh. I don't know what to do. Right here. Just make this all one layer. With the right brush would be helpful. Like that. There we go. Beautiful. And then, what are we doing? We're doing the jean texture down here. We'll just make it solid gray-blue for now. And then orange here. Bright orange here. Bright blue here. Beautiful. And then I wanted to add those stitches that I forgot. We're going to add those right here. Ooh, a little thick. Like this. Perfect. Now we're gonna fix all these colors up. Actually, do I wanna let's do the colors on the stuff in the garbage first, real quick. Super quick here. Where did it go? Where's the trash? Right here. Here's the trash. So they're kind of pink and bluish, but we can kind of do whatever color. So I'm going to do more of like a raspberry kind of pink. With maybe like, ooh, I don't know if I like how that stands out. We're going to see. Ooh. We're just going to keep choosing colors until they look good. That one looks alright. Yeah, that looks alright to me. And fade it a little bit here. Yeah, that looks alright. And then similarly, we're going to make this one this color too. Maybe flatten it out a little bit, make it look less 3D. So I kind of like the flatter look, to be honest. Actually, that darker color might have been better. Yeah. Then we're gonna do dusty blue for this one over here. Yeah, I like that color. On the trash, I think that looks good. Something like that. That looks okay. Maybe darken this one up a tad. Yeah, that looks alright to me. That looks alright. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, I forgot about coloring the ears. Oh, I did. I did forget about coloring the ears. You're correct. Let's fix that. We're gonna do the same denim-y blue here. And then orange here. Maybe make it just a touch darker than the head so it falls behind it visually. And soften it up here. Beautiful. And now the fluff as well. Where did the fluff go? Right here on the same layer as Trubbish. We're gonna make it like a grayish bluish fluff. Just so you can see it. Haven't even thought about background. That might be a problem for next stream. We might leave Trubbish as is and then come back and do a background another time just to finish it up really, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a trashy little texture behind him or something. And now I can get rid of this. Don't need that anymore. Where are these little holes here? Let's fix that up. I don't mind a little bit of imperfection. Like if you zoom in, there's lots of little tiny white holes and jagged edges, but I kind of like that. It's just sometimes they're a little much and need a little bit of cleaning up. But I like the imperfections in general. Here we go. You want it to look messy on purpose. It's like doing a messy bun with your hair, you know? You want it to look like you know what you're doing. Something like that. Make him in a garbage, a dump. Ooh, yeah, that could be an easy thing to do. Let's see. Real quick, I want to try something out. I have a vision. I'm just going to use a shade of light gray here. And just do a pile of shapes that look vaguely trashy. And then I could probably go in with the Stickman brush. I have an idea. It kind of looks like a rock right now, but... And we also don't have to do this week either. This can be another stream's problem entirely, you know? Push that a little bit. And then what if... Actually, fix that. Looks like just mounds of garbage. There's garbage everywhere. And then if I alpha like that and I go in with like... And just do all kinds of grayish tones. Does this read as garbage? Garbage mountain. It's a little too simple. I might need to think about this a little more. And you can't even see the feet anymore on it. Something like that at the top and then fade to this at the bottom. You can get kind of funky with this Stickman though, I tell you what. This brush is the best thing ever. Something messy like that. You see the vision? I don't know. Maybe it just looks like a mossy hill rather than a pile of garbage. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it. Let's see. The Great Mount Garbage. Yeah, it just looks like a mossy rock. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it does. It looks like a shadowy mossy rock. Yeah, this will be a conundrum for another stream, I think, the background, because I want to make a nice finished Trubbish piece, because Trubbish... A nice finished Trubbish piece, because Trubbish deserves that. I normally do super flat eyes and things like that, but because there's so much going on texture-wise with everything else, I think I will add just a little bit of a shadow on the eyes and see how I like that. Just a little bit of blue. Oh, you can't even barely see that. On the stream, you definitely can't. It's subtle, okay. Yeah, real subtle. You can't even see it. That's alright. On my end you can, and when I post it you'll be able to. Just a little bit of shadow on the inside of the eye, which I've been trying not to do because apparently that's not the thing to do in like kids book illustrations. That's not the trend now. You want like black pupils, flat white eyes, you know? But I liked adding a little shading in there. Alright, now we're gonna have some fun with the texture here on the teddy bear. What kind of texture can we do? Let's do this smudgy shader and get a different shade of like red in there. Ooh, that looks kind of fuzzy. Do a few different shades of orange. It's kind of like a sponge painting texture. Anybody else grow up with sponge walls, or is that a 90s, early 2000s kid thing? Sponge textured walls, because that was classy back in the day. You want to keep this Trubbish? A cardboard house? Aw. I could just put him on like a flat thing of cardboard like he's a breakdancer, you know, just for the sake of having a background. Why do I want to try that right now? Just sketch it real quick, you know? This is not how it would look, but like something like that, just to give him a background. Maybe something like that laid out. And like maybe a lighter here, so you can see the little feet on it. Something like that, but better, you know? With the little flattened cardboard box tabs. Maybe, ooh. You know what, in cartoons where they have like the fish bones, the stuff that cats pull out of trash cans to eat, you know? Something like that, maybe an apple core. Just stereotypical trash. Littered about. Some little vague crumbs or things. Maybe some newspaper tucked underneath. I don't know, maybe that's too much. Ball of paper, crumpled up paper. I'm just thinking of simple things that read trash. Banana peel could be over here. This could be a problem for next week, but I like the idea of this. It grounds Trubbish here, and then maybe do like a color behind here to like bring the whole thing in, you know? Yeah, I think this idea is good. I don't know if I'm not gonna finish it tonight, but put a pin in this. We'll come back. We'll come back to this. I'm gonna lower the opacity just so it's barely visible so you see the vision. Then I'm gonna finish up the coloring on the bear and then the outline colors, like all the lines on the face and everything like that. Cans and boots. Yeah, these are great ideas. See, this is why I need you guys. You help me with the basic stuff, the brainstorming stuff that like... Yeah, I want to get rid of the crumpled paper. I don't really like that. I think the can is better. Like what with Kicks, the boots, last stream, where I was going to make them like muddy, and everybody in stream's yelling at me like, no, his boots would never be muddy. I'm like, you're absolutely right. This is... You need to be my brain cell for me, you know? I need you guys to stop me from doing things like making Kix's boots muddy. I could do like an... I think that's enough trash, but I could always come back to it and add more, you know? But I think that's a good start. I think that's a good start. And I keep backing away from the mic. I don't know why I do that. I need to stay next to the mic. Alright, this layer we're gonna do... I kind of like that smudgy, spongy thing. So maybe I'd keep using that for these parts. Like the face and the ears, and then I do different things on the paws. So I think the face would be all original fabric to the bear. You can't even really see it with this shade of yellow. It's real subtle, but it's there. And then we're gonna do... What is this, the underneath layer? Yeah. So, this purple. You know what would be fun is I kind of want to make the purple sparkly. And one way I know that we can do that is if we do this Bonobo chalk and lightly go over it like this, and then with a darker color, blue, maybe, and then do white on just specific areas. Let's see if that looks sparkly or not. I might have to hand paint in a couple sparkles. Yeah, it's not doing it. Let's try... like that. It just looks kind of dusty. Whatever. I had a vision. Do I have like a sparkle brush or anything like that? I might in my toolkit here. Foliage shapes, no. Brushes, line grain. Ooh, these might work. Small speckles. Here we go. Let's try that. Oh, smaller, smaller. No, but it does kind of look like a doodle bear with the paint. I don't mind that though. Maybe we want a messy trash bear, you know? I kind of like the like splattered paint look actually. So not quite what I wanted, but I'm not mad about it. Let's do some of these sparkles. Like, looks like somebody just flung paint at this thing. Ooh, I kind of like that high contrast like paint fling thing. Maybe Trubbish got artistic and like went full doodle bear on it. Zoomed out, you can't even really tell. It just looks like a weird texture. So I'm just gonna leave it because if I overwork it, it's just gonna be a purple blur. You won't even be able to tell. The Muddy Boots idea. That no, you know what? I don't even think it was your suggestion. I think like I was already of the mindset that like the boots were gonna be muddy because in my mind I thought, well, Kix is a hard worker. He's walking around all the time. But then maybe I read your message and was like, yeah, that's the confirmation I needed. But blame me for that. I've drawn every single Animal Crossing character or villager in the game, and I didn't catch that, so Trubbish accidentally spilled glue and glitter on the teddy bear. Put some mud on him. Ooh, mud's good. Yeah, let's do mud on the like the orange foot on the bottom. I think that's a good idea. Pink, I kind of want to do like, ooh, what did I do there? I want to do something like silky shiny, I think. I want different textures. So we'll do, if it'll let me, oh, right here. Alpha like this, right? Right? Why is this not... Okay, we're just gonna figure this out later. I'm gonna erase that in a second. So we'll do this, and then we'll do like a darker pink right underneath. And then we'll do like white, almost white, right here. That makes it look kind of silky and shiny. Maybe. Or does it just look kind of like a stripe? Maybe if I blend it with this, make it smoother. Yeah, that looks kind of satiny. It looks a little over-rendered for the style, but this bear is supposed to be kind of hodgepodge anyway, so I don't really mind it. TBH. And let's do a slightly different shade of pink on the thing here, the end of the paw, just so you can see the difference. Alright, I'm okay with that for now. We might go over it with a different texture in a bit. But for now, I'm going to move on to the denim. Because I thought I did okay with this Nico Roll, whatever, brush. And again, why is it painting on top when it's alpha? Oh, it's because it's a clipping mask. That's why. Oops. Okay. What have I done here? Why is there a little spot here? Never mind. I'm gonna paint over it with this. And then some darker. And then a more grayish, darker blue, and that'll give it kind of a denim-y look, I think. Yeah, that looks vaguely denim-y. Maybe a little bit on the edge here to stand out against Trubbish. It's like a light wash jean. It looks like a highlight too much. shadow right here. That looks okay. That looks denim-y. Let's see. You can still see the spot. Yeah, let me fix that. What is going on with that? I think I erased something. I think that's what happened. And this is underneath this, so this should be... Huh. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do the cheapest thing of all, is not figure out what the actual problem is, and we're just gonna paint on a layer on top of it. Sometimes you just gotta roll with things like that. Because I am not troubleshooting this. I have other things to draw this evening. Right, that kind of looks denim-y. Maybe with this kind of color over top of the whole thing. It's not quite right like that. Okay, and then erase that. That looks vaguely denim-y. And then I'm going to lighten up the bottom of the foot as well here. Give that a little texture. Like this. Maybe one more shade of blue in here, like so. Alright, that's not bad at all. And then we wanted mud, so we're gonna do mud on this bottom foot here. Alpha lock that. Is this all in one layer here? What is happening? Oh. See, this is... I confused myself by making that the bottom layer. Alright. So, let me find a muddy looking brush. Let's try something different. Wet media. What looks like mud? Texture right there. That looks okay. That looks alright. I'm backing up from the mic again. Let me approach the mic without jump scaring anyone. Get a little bit louder here. I keep backing away. Let's do this. Is this textured enough? That's not quite muddy enough, but we could work with that as a base. Let's do that. And then do like a splotch shape like here. And a couple dots. And then we'll do something similar. I actually kind of like how this is looking, to be honest. But make it more defined, like a splat shape. Just so it's clearly like mud, dirt. And then do like a darker color over here. I hate how these are these are on two different layers, these things here. That was my bad. Actually, I don't want that super dark because I want to be able to see the dark stitches on top, so let's pull that back. And then just a touch of... Let's do the salt texture. I'm curious to see how that looks, actually. Can't even hardly see it. Okay. Well, you could at the end, but... How it applies is weird. It, like, takes a half second to register. I don't know if that's the look anyway. Let's try this one. No, that's not it either. I have so many brushes that I never use. I'm just trying to bust out a couple that I never, ever use. Wet media. Let's try... Oh, this is the folder I was just in. Big watercolor painter. No. Organic mark making. No, 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 no. I've paid money for a lot of these too. A lot of them are defaults, but I've paid so much, like, in random, like, $20 packs of brushes and I never use them. You know what? We're gonna use the classic round render. I'm thinking way too hard about this. Just a little bit darker on the edge here. Blend that into here. Alright, that looks like a muddy boot. That looks like a little muddy foot to me. Alright. It is 8:05. I would like to make some progress on Hoodwink. So for tonight, I think this is an okay stopping point. I'm going to finish this guy up next week. I'll do the background and then I'll come back and do a little coat of paint on anything I think needs redoing, because I kind of want to sit on what I've done here and then see if the colors are still working for me next week. You know? So I think this is a good point to call it. Let me blow him up on the screen here and get a minute to drink some water. Let everybody admire Trubbish here for a minute. It's 11:05 here. Yeah, it's almost lunchtime there. Sorry, let me not crinkle this water bottle directly into the mic. Sorry. Alright. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to Hoodwink. Let me pull up all my ref here. I wanted to take a look at fixing the body proportions a little bit with the warp tool, and then doing a different facial expression with teeth. Let me pull up that ref specifically and zoom in, because I wanted to have some little pointy teeth and more wide open eyes to match the character here. Oops. Okay, pull that up and zoom, zoom, zoom. There we go. Because this current pose is a very like timid and kind of shy and unsure of what's going on kind of pose. So I want to fix that, because that's not what the character's like, as I found. You're gonna go now? Okay. Peace. Have a good rest of your day. Alright. We're gonna duplicate this sketch. And see how this is the same file as the last stream, so I still have the original Trubbish sketch here, and then Sunny Cocoa Puffs here. Where's he at? Yeah. Delete this. I can delete all these, but because I have it duplicated anyway. Okay, so what I wanted to do, warp tool. We're gonna push all this stuff out. And the head is much, much smaller than I drew it, so we're just really gonna push and pull this sketch. It doesn't have to look exactly like the ref, because it is fan art, you know, it doesn't have to look identical, but I would like it to be a little bit more in line with the character's actual proportions. So we're just squeezing and pulling here to make it a little bit more on model. That's not bad at all. I don't like how tall I've made the head though. Let's shrink that. Okay, that's a little bit more accurate. So we got a before, after. That's a little better. And then secondly, I want to go in with a blue brush here. Let's go back to my toolbox. I'm going to make this sketch as light as I can without you guys seeing it disappear. So like here. And then I want to change this face to have wide open eyes. Well, they are wide open, but a little bit more excited. So like the eyelids are closed around the bottom here. I don't know what she'd be looking at, but something over here, right? Here and here. I think that's about right. Maybe have it go to the right like I had it before, but... something like that. And then, what was I gonna do? Teeth. Teeth. We want teeth. We want her looking excited about something, because she's higher energy than I gave her credit for. Not knowing anything about her, I think that's fair. So we're gonna do excited looking eyes. Raise this up a little bit. This mask here. Drawing all the original Pokemon has inspired me to do so. Awesome! Nice. If you've already started inking any of them, you're going to be farther along than I got in the series very soon. Looking at a gnome to murder. Yes, with excitement and a gleam in her eyes. Do some teeth. And I'm going to simplify the teeth. I'm not going to draw all of them, but I want to do the fangs here and maybe something like that. Let me carve it out a little bit here. Ooh. One pointier tooth and one slightly less pointy tooth right here. Something like that. And then I'm going to do some other teeth on the bottom row as well. Just figuring out how to get the tongue fit in here. It would help if I had the same brush for both, huh? Let's do the same brush for both the eraser and the brush. And then fangs on the bottom too. I think I'm just going to have just these poking out, and not the whole other row of teeth on the bottom, because it's a little bit too much detail for my style, I think. But just enough. Can she see she's got a devilish little devious face going on. Alright, that's already more like the character. It's not perfectly on model, but what fan art is. And should it even be, you know? I'm just going over the sketch really quick to fix any areas that I thought needed tweaking based on looking at the ref. I wanted to make these like furry cheeks like pointier, like that a little bit. The eye mask is its own separate shape that I have to keep in mind. Like that. It's like dark and then it's light. It's like two eye masks. And then there's a hole in the hat, but this is all going to be shadow. I'm going to simplify this, so it's not even going to matter if pieces of the ear are, you know, going through the hat. It's all going to be in shadow anyhow. Alright, and then I want to figure out these hands before I get to inking. Here's a hand. Is there actually... She's got pretty big hands. I think it's so she's, like, can visibly hold things, you know? She doesn't have these delicate little, like, hands like I drew. She's got kind of like mitts, like that. A little bit chunky. I think that's just for sake of being able to see what's on screen in the game, you know? She's got big old mitts. So we're gonna fix these up. And then as far as the outfit goes, I'm just going to leave it basically the way it is. Though I will pull up the ref for this, the belt thing I wanted to fix here. This right here. It's like a chunk of fabric overlapping here. And going under like this. And then over top like this. Something like that. But I'm going to leave basically everything else simple and kind of the way I left it, I think. This is its own little, like, hoodie thing. I had another ref for this. Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, this was a good one that you sent me. Thank you. Wait. Oh, that's different. Never mind. Not even the ref I was looking for. Yeah, this one where I can see the, like... the hoodie thing doing this drape. This is what I was looking for. I don't even know what you'd call this. A shawl. The thing that doesn't connect to the hoodie. I don't know the names of articles of clothing. I want to make a little swoopy swoop like this. And then the necklaces are not like triangles the way they looked in the ref I was looking at. They're like leaves, it looks like. So I want to fix that as well. They're leaves with like little like almost like marble lines on them. Like the types of lines you'd see on a marble. Alright. Something like this. How would I draw this? Oh, maybe draw this and then it's coming out. The other side. Like so? Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. Let me think about this. Okay, if this is coming from underneath, it would be coming from underneath here as well. Okay, that makes sense. Use your brain. That makes sense. Okay. Her lore is she really dislikes gnomes. That's all you need to know about her. Can't stand a gnome. And it's... Oh, it's two separate things anyway. It's two separate necklaces anyway. That just are next to each other. Even better. Actually, and then this one, the string can come underneath. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Sure, that makes sense. See what I mean? I'm just gonna do the line art tonight. I'm not even gonna make it to color because I only want to work on this for an hour because I'd like to do 1 or 2 sketch requests tonight, and then I'll finish up this and Trubbish next week. Oh, and she's got weird little nails too, it looks like. I'm just gonna do them like this. I'm not gonna get lost in the weeds of what they actually are shaped like, but something like that. And then similarly, we'll make the mitts bigger and more pronounced over here. Something like that. Some nails here. We're gonna have that fabric wrap around here. And then we're gonna go simplify this acorn. Okay, and I'm gonna go real simple with this part of it, because I think it was more like a series of these, but that's getting a little nitpicky for my liking, so we're gonna just go do what I have lined up here. There's this thing. Okay, this is the part of the outfit I wanted to look at. This like leaf-like shape down here. And the shape of the reference I was looking at was like this, like my sketch. But looking at it now, it's a little different in the ref, so I'm gonna blow this up real quick. Where's the other ref I took? I took another screenshot of this thing. Huh, maybe I need another picture. One moment here. Hoodwink. Outfit. Dota. I just want to see that, like, that little part on the outfit. Facing forward would be good. But if not, I can just roll with what I have here as well. Is this the ref I used last time? No, but that's cute too. This fan art. And of course it's like 200 pixels wide. That's not gonna work for me. Let's see. Okay, there we go. That's what I needed. I found one. Cool. There we go. There's a good ref. Beautiful. A game full of demigods, demons, undead lords, and all that jazz. Viet Cong squirrel fighter is the most unhinged. Yeah, squirrels are unhinged like that. So that tracks. Oh, and I can see her nails are like... She's got like gnarly nails. I made them like kind of cute and dainty. She's ready to like claw your eyes out with these things. Yeah, and we're not even gonna the thumb's just hidden behind the rest of the hand. We're not dealing with that. And then it looks like she's got a chunk of fur here. Yeah, squirrels are crazy. I feel like if real world squirrels could become like insane fighters, they probably would. Like if they knew that that was an option for them, I think they'd do it. We're gonna fatten out this leg shape here. And I think it was only the fan art that had the roll here at the base of the pant. The ref doesn't seem to have it so much. No, it does. Never mind. I was gonna say, even if it doesn't, I'm keeping it because I like the little bit of wrinkle at the bottom here. Adds a little something. Clean that up. And we're gonna thicken up this area here. She has gnarly claws. I had no idea. I had no idea. I thought she was a dainty little, elegant, like elf-like rogue or something. Shows how much I know. She's an unhinged gnome assassin, apparently. It's alright. You know what? This is fine, because I'm not going to do the, like, line-free style on this anyway. So once I get the line art in, next week is just a matter of playing fancy coloring books, so it's really no biggie. And it's a good way to get some different style stuff in my stream, you know? It is not a dragon with 100 belts level. And I'm simplifying as I go anyway. I'm finding ways to make it simpler for myself as like a fun challenge too. So it's really not bad. If you ever tell me a character and then I Google it and it's just a dragon with 100 belts, I'm just saying no and closing the tab. I'll find something else to draw. Final Fantasy character or something. No, I'm not doing that. Just like a little gap in between here. Honestly, I should be looking for the gaps more than the actual how the lines work, you know. But this goes on top of the shape underneath. Figuring it out. The negative space. Yeah, let's do the negative space. This goes like this. Honestly, if it's a little furry woodland creature, you can probably get away with like at least 5 belts worth of complexity on a character, you know what I mean? For me, if it's a cute furry little guy like this, or gal, you can trick me into doing like 5 belts. That's the rating scale, like 5 belts worth of difficulty. And then this acorn, I'm just doing like this because I'm not looking up ref for the acorn. I think these shapes are cool enough looking and gets the idea across. Alright. I think that's all the finessing I wanted to do, and now I'm just gonna make sure I see what this is. We're just gonna pretend that the shapes are like this here and roll with it. So I can move on to actual line art. I'm gonna lower the opacity of this a smidge, and of this just a smidge more. Puck will be easier to do. Yeah, acorn's fine. Thank you. I wasn't gonna look up ref anyway, but I'm glad it looks good. I'll look up ref when I'm doing coloring, but I'm not gonna for tonight, you know? Puck has no clothing. I think I drew Puck once upon a time in the olden days. Alright. I think I'm gonna do a thinner dry ink brush. Maybe not this thin. I think this was good. Yeah. Then I'm gonna get the lines done for this evening. That's tonight's task for this character. And this is kind of relaxing too, actually. It's just tracing. It's really only sketching, I think, and I'm a mile away from the mic again. It's really only sketching that takes brain power, to be honest. The rest of this stuff is just tracing with style and then doing a coloring book with style, truly. For me, anyway. Some people do, like, insane things with color and have to use their brain. Not me. I just pick colors until they look good. I have some knowledge of, like, color theory and color harmony, but it's more a game of just putting the colors on until they look good at this stage. I want this to have a little wrinkle in it. Yeah, I think that's a good line width. It's not too detailed, it's not too simple. I think that'll be just fine for this. Oops. And I would like to, yeah, with the giant spider, yeah, forever ago. Also, I noticed my head's taking up 90% of the circle. This is better. For the holidays, I would like to start working on studies for things for the Redwall piece I've been wanting to do forever, or Redwall inspired, like feast piece. So maybe one week I'll work on like drawing a big like 20-layer dandelion cake or whatever, you know. That was my drawing of a dandelion cake. And then one week I work on drawing like 2 critters cheersing like pints or something, like whatever. Just do all these studies that build up to doing a big piece. I think that would be really cool and kind of cute and wholesome and warm and fuzzy to do for the holiday season, you know. Celebrating animals, Redwall inspired. I just want to draw a whole room full of animals having a joyful feast. I think that would be a really good portfolio piece, honestly. I would love to do some otters doing like a seafood boil or a stew or something too. Whoopary-hoo or whatever they'd say in Redwall. We'll live for that. Whoopary-hoo. I used to, when me and my sister were younger, I would read her books. Like I read her through the 4th Harry Potter book, I think, and I would do all the different voices for all the characters. I think I read her a couple Redwall ones too, and some other random books. And I'd do voices for all the moles and the squirrels and whatever. It was fun. Good times. There we go. World's worst posture again. Get it together. That's better. This is what I mean when I say I could draw on the floor. Like, I basically already am anyway. What I'm doing now is barely qualified as sitting at a desk, to be honest. Yeah, it's 8:30 now. 9 o'clock I should have this line art done. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Might even get a flat layer of color underneath, but no promises. See how the rest of this inking goes. No rush if I'm gonna finish it next week anyhow. Know what I mean? I'm falling off the camera and the screen again. Why do I do this? It's like my face doesn't want to be next to the microphone or something. It's strange. It's repelling it like a magnet. And you know what I like about this brush too is I like that there's all these little holes in it for line art. Because it keeps, like, it's very crisp. Like, it has a nice tapered point, and it reads as nice, crisp line art, but it's got just a little bit of flavor to it because of that little bit of hole, the little holes in it and the texture. So it's like this perfect inking brush to me. And it's a default Procreate brush. So anybody with Procreate can use it. I love it. I think I got into it in the first place because I saw somebody's like, I'm not even a Billie Eilish fan like this, but I saw somebody's like Disney style Billie Eilish drawing, and just the way that they did the line art captivated me. Like, it just looked so crisp but textured. And somebody was kind enough to ask, what brush do you use? And they said, oh, dry ink is on Procreate. Oh, okay, I have that. And I've been using it ever since. I'll have to find the piece. It was just like, you know, Billie Eilish drawn as a Disney character, but the way that they did the line art, I was like, oh, that's the brush. That's the brush I've been looking for my whole life. Oh, I don't like how this is touching the edge of the thing here. There we go. Just bring it in a smidge. Either make it not touching like this or have it fully under the hood, which I could do, but I like having that little fur visible. I think it looks cuter. One second. Who's even in the chat? I can't even see. You know what? I'm so like, I'm not paying attention to how many people are in chat the way normally I like see the number and I get excited like, oh, there's 10 people here. I can't even see how many people are here, and I don't even care because I'm focused. I'm focused now. I'm locking in. If there's nobody here, you'll catch the replay anyway. You know what I mean? Or you won't. No biggie. Yeah, I think that looks good like this. I was gonna leave this lineless, but ooh, I don't like. Yeah, gotta carve that out. I'm just talking to myself now. That looks a little better. There we go. What does the... Where did that ref go? Show it to me. There it is. Okay. It's just like rounded like this. I was looking for what it looks like where the outfit, whatever, what the sleeve looks like on the outfit. Don't have any words, I just have questions and ref images in my brain. What does this thing look like? One, two, oh, did I mess up here? Yes, I did. I got 4 on one hand, 3 on the other. It's 3 in the official art, so we are gonna roll with 3. See? Messing up something. Like, what am I doing here? There we go. How did I not notice that till now? Goofy. Goofy. There, that's better. Maybe in my mind one of these was supposed to be a thumb or something, but it just didn't pan out like that, so. Then this part of the outfit, I did not look up to see if it was accurate, but we're gonna roll with whatever shape I'm doing here, because I don't think it looks bad. I think it's in keeping with the rest of the shapes that are going on here. So we're just gonna keep it. I don't think anyone's gonna mind anyway. It's just for fun. The rest of it looks good. I'm happy with how that warping went. Again, I'm falling off camera. I'm happy with how that warping went. It looks a lot more like the character with just a little bit of push and pull. Ooh, why is it doing that? There we go. Procreate does that thing to me sometimes where I'm drawing with a brush that normally has a very fine end like this, or a taper, and sometimes it's just really soft and charcoaly when I didn't put my pencil sideways on purpose. Looks fine. Yeah, I figure it's good enough. Like, it looks like the character's outfit, you know what I mean? It reads. It reads. Oops, I want to do this, like it's like wrapping around the body. Something like this. Ooh, I do like that line. You know what, we're gonna roll with the line the way that came out. Sometimes you just do a line shape that's so satisfying you just know that the next 5 attempts are not gonna be that satisfying, so you just roll with it. That was less satisfying. Let's try that again. That's better. Had the auto curve help me on that one. There, we're just gonna do like that, like a little wrinkle. So I like the way that looks. Do a little wrinkle like that too. Yeah, her hand fingers are about as big as her toes. Hand fingers, toe fingers, whatever. Squirrel appendages. Squirrel phalanges. Oh, that's... okay. I was like, what am I doing here? This should be like this on the foot because it's coming at you. Same with this one here. It's not like hidden behind, is it? These aren't the most beautiful claws, but it's okay. It's still claws. Oh, and I need one on this here. Same over on the other side. And I want to make sure these are more or less the same size claws. I guess these can be a little bit smaller because the foot's pushed back into the space a little bit, so it's okay if it's a smidge smaller because that other foot is coming more toward the camera. But I'm not going to sweat about that too much. I think that looks alright. This will be fun. This will be fun to get the swirl, the swoop right. And by fun I mean borderline infuriating, but we're going to find out. Ooh, maybe I do like one bump like that, one bump like that, one like that, and then I'll use Mystery Eraser to help me out. Yeah, okay. Like that. Something like this. They should have had the cowboy outfit win for contest for her. Oh well. Oh, is this like the winning outfit, or does she have like a Halloween outfit? You'll have to let me know the deets. Maybe I'll add cowboy outfit squirrel girl to the list. It doesn't have to necessarily be this squirrel, but you know, just cowboy squirrel girl, cowgirl squirrel girl, squirrel cowgirl. Not Sandy Cheeks either. Just a squirrel who loves to lasso. I don't know. Because I don't have any, like, generic ideas on the idea list currently, you know what I mean? So cowgirl squirrel would be a good one. I'll think of some other stuff. Or I'll let the audience think of stuff. That's how it works. Animal and an occupation. We're doing improv now. Squirrel accountant. Beaver contractor. You know, whatever. That tail is so fluffy. Alright, this stuff, the fur, next week's problem. Next week's problem. We're doing line art only tonight. We'll figure that fur out next stream. Now I'm just dead silent. Sorry. It's just, I'm so close to the line art being done. I'm like locked in. Locked in. Okay, I think that looks alright. And something like this across the top. For that acorny texture. Something like that. Cool. And then all the rest of the stuff is going to be color. I just need to do this part here. And maybe I'll make it easier on myself by doing just one flat pass of gray or something underneath, you know? Just to have a solid area to start coloring in next week. Just a base, a foundation, if you will. Like gessoing the canvas. Oops, like that. This part's actually kind of peaceful to do, not gonna lie. This like swoopy swirly thing here is kind of satisfying. Though this part needs to be less fat at the bottom, like this, and then widen that. Beautiful. Weirdly satisfying to do. And then all the rest of this, like the markings under the eyes, the eye masks, the fur, that'll be done with color because I think it'll look better that way. But let me do a little thing here. We're going to reference, we're going to hide all this other stuff. Looks terrifying right now without the eye masks. And I do want to, ooh, missing something here. This line here. And then I'm not done yet with the line art because I do want to change the line weights of things a bit because it's a little all over the place right now. See what I mean? Some areas that should be thin are thick and vice versa. So I'm going to fix that in a second. But what I want to do is I set this to reference. I'm just going to do generic color. And we're going to fill the whole thing underneath. And this will be a very basic starting point for our color next week. Just to have a big shaped color in. And I'll go in it manually with a brush in a second to fill all these little annoying gaps. Because you can like drag the fill to fill more of an area with Procreate, but it's not the best, especially with textured brushes. So you gotta fix it manually, but this is a good start. Saves a lot of time doing this first. See, like stuff like this, It's easier to just do by hand with a big brush. Fill these in. Okay. And now all this nitpicky stuff is better handled with a brush, so I'm going to go in with the sketch render taper, make it nice and big, and then just erase anything that goes outside the lines here in a second. It's easier to erase a little bit on the outside than manually fill everything on the inside, you know? Just a little faster this way. Okay. I think I got all the annoying little teeny bits of white on the inside. Just go clean up the outside a smidge. And this will be our base for next week. Then I'm gonna finish up. Yeah, it's 8:46. I got a few minutes. So I'm gonna wrap up this progress at 9 and then do a request or two. If there's only other one person in here, then it'll just be one request, you know? We'll see what the audience wants, if there's anybody left in 15 minutes. We'll return if possible. No worries. And, yeah, I'll hit you up with the progress if you do have to just actually work at your job. RIP. Rest in peace. Thanks for tuning in even on the clock. I appreciate it. I can't even see like how many people are watching the stream right now because my screen is covered in so many random ref pictures. I can't see the like viewer count, so it might literally only be you here anyway, you know? Let's close all this out. I'm curious now. 5 viewers. Okay, that's more than I thought. Not bad, not bad. Shout out to all 5 of you. That's pretty sweet, actually. I literally thought it was just me and one viewer for a minute. Which, like, I'm gonna keep drawing, but I might not take requests if there's only one other person, you know? Alpha lock. Now I wanted to touch up. Let's duplicate. So, like, for instance, this line on top of the head here should not be this thick. Because, like, the light's hitting from up top, so if anything it should be a little thinner. All the visual weight shouldn't be up here, it should be like on the undersides of things, if that makes sense. No, it's okay if you're not in chat, I just, and, ooh, what kind of cookies? It's cool if you're not in chat, I couldn't see the, like, viewer count like I normally can, because my screen was just covered in pictures of Trubbish and Hoodwink. So I didn't have any way of knowing if anybody was here or not. Yeah, never feel obligated to say anything. You can just chill and lurk. That's cool. But now I'm curious about what kind of cookies you're making. You're practicing art? Cool. What you working on? I'm delighted there's other people here. I just have a little Trubbish staring at me now in the corner of my screen. He's very cute. What did I want to make thicker? Oh yeah, let's do... Sorry for all the, like, nauseating pinch pull. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. I want the stuff that's underneath to be thicker and darker. I think it's like motion sickness inducing if I do that too much, like pinch pull. It seemed to help my brain think, so. That. I'm trying not to let my bad habit slip through of my tongue just sticking out like a cartoon character, just like as I work on stuff. My mouth's starting to open, I can feel it happening. Just have to keep talking to keep my tongue from sticking out like a dog or something. Found a little mistake here. Clean that up. That's better. I'm not too mad about where it's at right now, though this line right here could be a little thinner. Like, the line looks good, so I don't want to mess with it too much, but it shouldn't be that thick, I don't think. Oop. Make this a little bit thicker underneath here. Yeah, that looks alright to me. And then I want to make this line on the bottom thicker, noticeably thicker than most other lines, because that's where all the weight of the character is, you know? So something like this. And maybe the underside of the tail as well, because that's a heavy looking tail. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. It looks creepy without the eye mask, so really quick. I'm not gonna color because we're not doing that tonight, but where'd the the sketch go? I just want to put an eye mask so it looks a little bit less scary. There's like a dark one and then a light one. We're just gonna put the dark one in. Because without eyebrows or like the eye mask area, it just looks freaky. We're gonna fix this up next week too, but I just want to see where we're coming along here. Something like this. Yeah, that's pretty good progress for one night, I think. The eyes and legs of chocolate. Oh wait. Peanut butter spider cookies. You make a peanut butter cookie, then you put a Reese's cup on top, then you add eyeballs and legs. Nice. That sounds delicious. And spooky. I love it. Alright. I'm gonna pause this here. I'm gonna take another swig of my water. Check something real quick here. Sorry for the crinkle of the water bottle. And now I see myself on the webcam on OBS and I'm like, again, same thing as last week. I look straight on and I'm like, oh, that looks great. And then I catch myself from a minute ago drawing and I'm like falling off the camera going like that. Not so cute. It's fine. It just means I'm in the zone. Alright. So this is this for now. It's a little bit before 9 too, but I don't want to get started on coloring because that'll take all night. So we're going to do a couple requests. We're going to do randomized requests as usual. Let me get the list and let me find the website I use to pick from said list. Random list picker. Cool. I should just bookmark this, but oh, that's randomizing the order of the list. This is the one I use. Okay. Open in a new tab here. And if anybody has any requests they want to add to this list real quick before I spin it, speak now or for not forever hold your peace. Hold your peace until next time I spin it. You know, I'm just going to roll one. I think I'll have time to do 2 before I get off here. So I kind of want to get off in about an hour or so. So, alright, let's pick one from the list. Drum roll, everyone. What is it? What is it? Chica. Chica chicken. I'm assuming that's the Five Nights at Freddy's Chica. Alright. I have never drawn a FNAF character before, so this will be interesting. They said Chica chicken, so it's not toy Chica. I don't know all the different Chicas, okay? I'm FNAF illiterate. I just know that they're creepy animatronics that scare kids. So I'm just pulling up just any picture of Chica holding that little cupcake thing with the teeth, okay? That's what we're rocking with. And you know what? I kind of want to lean into the like little golden book cutesy style, so we're going to do a cute but still kind of creepy Chica, okay? That's the vision. Not quite Animal Crossing style, like chibi, giant head, tiny body, but not the proportions of the actual character either. So somewhere in the middle. Make it Animal Crossing? Yeah, something like that, though. You're on the right track. Yeah, you typed that after I said that, so we're kind of on the same wavelength here with, like, cutesiness, cute factor. And I only have the one ref of Chica open, so I might have to pull up others in a minute, but let's just get a head start on this. This might be one that we finish another day for spooky season. I think that'd be kind of fun. I would also love to do, if anybody knows that indie game Shipwrecked, I would love to do those characters in like a little golden book style. I think that would be really fun. Bucky and the crew. So maybe I'll do like FNAF and like indie horror game little golden book characters, you know? I think that'd be kind of fun. It's very Halloween-y. Halloween-y. It is spooky season. I do want her to still be kind of disturbing, but also cute. I think it's a tricky balance. And it looks like she has a few busted teeth on the bottom, like a gap, and then, you know? I'm getting too lost in the weeds of the details already, but I'm trying to think about how to make it a good balance of unsettling and cute. What kind of proportions, too? Because I don't want it to be total, like, this is the whole body for Animal Crossing, you know? But I don't want it to be the realistic proportions, because that's not gonna work for cutesy style. So something in the middle. So here's like the belly, here's like the bib. The bib will be cute to do with the cute little like, let's eat. Like dolls, yeah. Yeah, dolls exactly. They're a great mix of creepy and cute. Maybe have a little tilted head. Maybe tilt like this. And we'll have a few wires exposed, you know? I don't know how, like, the skeletons of these things work. Like, I know there's, like, ghost kids inside or whatever, but, like, the mechanics, right? I'm FNAF illiterate. To anyone watching this, either now or in the replay, who knows anything about FNAF, I'm so sorry. There's, like, ghost kids inside, right? That's the whole thing. But as far as, like, the structure of the creature underneath, I don't know how it's actually built, so. We're gonna do big and genuinely cute eyes, I think. I think the creepiness will come in other areas of the design. But we're gonna do goofy, crossed, like, very sweet looking eyes. Maybe I'll have them sunken in, like, with the mask. It's kind of creepy, right? Where they're sunk in like this. But I think the creepiness should come from, like, the teeth and the wires and the other, like, small details. But the face should, at first glance, you think, oh, cute cartoon chicken, and then you look and it's like, ugh, why is it, like, grimy looking, and why is there wires sticking out, you know? I know nothing about that. I'm glad I'm in good company. I just know that it's a thing that exists, you know? I know some of the characters' names. I know that there's, like, glam rock versions of them. Like, I know some things about FNAF, but not enough to be, like, informed, you know? This is kind of like the weird, like, pelvis piece. And I want to separate these visually, because I think it would be fun to have it, like, kind of Rayman-y, where it's, like, floating, and then connected by just some hunk of something in the middle. I'll just put lines and silver and junk till it looks like robot, you know, simplify it. I want to push this stomach shape. She has kind of like a little pot belly almost, like that. I kind of want to push that. I think the head can be resting on top of the body, but the rest of it can be floating. Thank you. I'm going to keep the eyes nice and cute like that. And then, let's see. She has a little, like, I hate, you know what? I'm gonna be a hater for a moment. I hate the look of that little cupcake thing with the teeth. I think the teeth are stupid. I don't like it. It looks so different than the other characters to me, to my eye. But I'll make it cute. I'll make the little cupcake guy cute. What was I saying? Oh yeah, do I want to do waving up in the air or cupcake on a dish here? Or just awkward out to the side arms? Or how do I want to do this? Let me think of a pose. I like the base of the body I've got going on here, but I do kind of want to chibify it just a little bit more. Like that. And then let me brainstorm some body ideas real quick. Big old feet like this. I think big feet will be cute. It'll be a way to kind of chibify it. But then the amount of detail in the like knees and the weird little sockets and stuff I think will make it kind of creepy again. It's that balance of cute and creepy. So I'm thinking like big chunky. This might be just a work on Chica for the rest of the stream. Because I'm kind of into this concept now, you know, for Halloween. I think it's appropriate. We'll see. We'll see how I feel at 9:30 if I want to keep working on Chica or roll for a different one. But I'm kind of vibing with this now. Don't know how I feel about these proportions. Let's shrink and make like short and squat. No, that's not it either. Think. I have the idea in my head. It's just executing. Fat little part like this. And then this part. And this part is the top of the leg. And then this is its own separate little thing. Right? I'm having trouble getting these proportions to look good. Ooh, that's a little better. Okay, think. Big toe here, big toe here. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. And I'm going to simplify the foot so it's going to be a little bit less detailed than the actual thing. So the claw will be like here. And then one here. And maybe you'll see like a little peek of the one in the back. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. That's alright. Alright, now we're cooking. I think. And for now, I'm just gonna duplicate this. Though I don't want both legs to be identical. We're just gonna... I like the proportions of that. We'll figure that out in a minute. And maybe smush it just a little bit more. Yeah, okay. I think that's onto something. It's like short and chibi, but it's a little bit too tall. Could I do little dot eyes? Ooh, I could. Let me try that real quick. On a new layer. Oh, for the cupcake, you mean? Yeah, I'm gonna leave Chica's eyes alone. I think dot eyes for the cupcake is a good call. I thought you meant like do like, you know, have the mask of the eyes be like this, and then just little dots like that, which is also pretty cute. But I like Chica's eyes the way they're at, actually. Delete that. Okay. Do I want to do the hand holding the cupcake on a plate here, like in the ref? And then... like waving up here? Yeah, that's not bad, actually. You know what's creepy about Chica to me is the it looks like a glove for a hand. It's just this very stiff, inhuman hand. That's a small thing I find unsettling about Chica. It looks like a plastic glove. So we're going to lean into that and make it kind of creepy, but also still in keeping with the style. So it's going to look very stiff. And not even like a person's hand would fit in it, really. And it's not quite like cartoony enough to be like a mascot hand. It's just this weird, like almost like a crash test dummy or something. Like very wooden stiff. That's something I find very unsettling about their designs. It ain't right, is what it is. It ain't right. Yeah, I think that's scary looking. And then we'll do this fat little barrel for the upper arm here. We're gonna push these shapes to be a little bit more squat and exaggerated than they are on the actual design, because I want more of a shorter chibi arm, I think. The elbow isn't really an elbow so much as a series of wires. It looks like there's like shoulder blade here. Just trying to figure out the structure of these robots, these animatronics rather. I guess an animatronic is a robot, right? Is there a difference? I need an animatronic nerd to come yell at me and tell me that an animatronic isn't a robot actually, because XYZ. It's like my niece knows a lot about dinosaurs, like more than anybody I know. And I know she's gonna reach the stage because she can name dinosaurs that I've never heard of in my life. Like, that's Deinonychus, or I'm like, what? What are you talking about? But she's gonna reach the age where she'll be like, well, technically that's not a dinosaur because it's from the whatever period. And I'm like, girl, it's a dinosaur, you know? But she's smarter than I am, honestly. She's smarter than most people I've met, and she's only 4. Her favorite dinosaur is a Gallimimus. I didn't even know what that was until she told me that was her favorite. I was like, okay, girl. Can't just be a T-Rex or a Triceratops or one of the 5 I've heard of, you know? She's funny. That's Gallimimus. She's faster than a Gallimimus. Her Uncle Stan. This arm is so weird to draw. It's like... It reminds me of like a... I don't know. Plane engine? Or something? It's like that kind of shape. So I guess I can go wacky with it and make it like not exactly accurate. Because... it's not going to be accurate anyway. You know what I mean? It's not going to be on model anyway. But I want it to look deliberate and not just like... I didn't know what I was doing. I think that's an okay enough shape. It's vaguely cylindrical, like the ref. Okay, I'm getting somewhere, I think. What I want to do is move this. Maybe make the hand a little bit smaller to make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, but still upsetting to look at. No, the hand's pretty big. The hand is as big as her face in the ref. So maybe something like that, and then make the fingers just a tiny bit more squat and a little bit more cute. Yeah, that's still upsetting to look at. That's good. That's good. I don't know why it being this like stiff wooden human hand is so like upsetting to me, but I guess that's the point, huh? It ain't right. And this is a little bit more bendy than it actually could be. But I want it to look like I knew what I was doing when I drew it. These will be some wires in here. And maybe I'll make it like obscenely detailed in the wires, like little tiny brush. And that'll be kind of upsetting because everything else is so simplified. You know? I think that'll help make it look a little bit more disturbing. Because I'll keep even the confetti on the Let's Eat, I'm going to keep it real simple. I'm not going to do as much detail as it is on the actual ref. But then on stuff like, I'm going to add dirt and grime and like little tiny details in the wires. It's going to be very upsetting to look at. And the teeth and stuff like that. So now figure out this cupcake situation. First of all, we've got the shoulder. It's about the same size. Good. This will be easier to draw because, frankly, the plate in the hand hides most of this nonsense. There we go. Do just this part. Yeah, I'm messing with this for spooky season. TBH. I might just continue working on this for the next 40 minutes or so. I'm messing with this. And then next week I'll just be finishing up a bunch of stuff I might not... maybe, you know what, I'll do a sketch request at the top of the stream. But it'll just be a sketch, I promise. I keep having good sketch requests pop up and then they just turn into multi-stream things. But I am looking forward to doing another like 4 or 5 requests in one stream type deal, you know? I can't help it, you guys request cool stuff and then I get interested in doing it, so. But it's both fun to do a finished thought out piece and to do like 4 or 5 sketches in the same night. They're fun in different ways. I see a vision here. It's good. It's a good time of year to do it. I'm feeling it. If your favorite dinosaur didn't show up as a recurring character in Dinosaur Turn. Oh yeah, yeah. If it's not one of the like 5 dinosaurs that are in every media about dinosaurs, I guarantee my niece knows. And she'll tell me facts about like, well, this one's an omnivore and this one's an herbivore. I'm like, girl, slow down. She can actually read too, which kind of blew me away. I don't know at what age kids are supposed to be reading because I don't know anything about kid milestones. But she's not just memorizing what's on the page and saying it, which is like, you know, everybody's seen kids do that where like they're not actually reading, they're just memorizing. But she can read, like phrases pop up and she'll sit there and like sound it out and then say it like quickly too. It doesn't take her much work to do it. It just blows my mind. Because I don't know what age that's normal, but it's crazy to watch as someone who doesn't have my own kid, you know? It's crazy. She'll read like whole sentences now. It's awesome to watch. Let's try the big eyes here. I don't know if I like that on him. You know what? I'm gonna use your dot eye suggestion, I think. But he does have like hollows as well. So I'm gonna do what I did for the other sketch of the bird, Chica, where it was like the eye mask shape, or the hollows, and then just little dot eyes like this. I think that's pretty cute. And then actually bring these down, and then we'll make the teeth a little bit less annoying looking. Yeah, just little dots. I'm gonna squish that. And we'll do a nice big candle on top. Yay! There's something creepy about the candle too, right? Or am I hallucinating that? Or misremembering? There's something about like the candle is a spirit or something, or was that some fanfic thing somebody put on Twitter? Who knows? Fan theory, game theory. Okay. All right. I'm vibing with this. I think this is headed somewhere good. I'm still not sold on the ratio like of these legs. We're gonna squish it just a little bit more. Okay. I think this has potential. We're gonna merge all this together. Whoa, don't do that. uniform. There we go. This has potential. Now I want to do some detail stuff here. It's trypophobia with this one. Absolutely. Absolutely. It has to be a little creepy, you know? It can't be all cute. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I want to plan out the types of shapes I want to do here on the confetti, on the bib here. So I want to make it simple, but also clearly confetti. So we'll just do a variety of shapes. And then it's just this big white mass here. Let's plan out how the let's eat is going to look. They're like fat, chunky letters, but I kind of want to make them a little bit more square, so I think they'll look cute. A combination of chunky and square. Just to give it a little bit of a different stylistic touch. I love how bad I can see my posture is when I look back up and I see myself completely hunched over. Gosh. Alright. Straighten it up. Let's lock in. We're cooking for spooky season. Let's lock in. I can't wait to see if a floor desk setup will be better or worse for my drawing position. Might actually be better, to be honest. Just I have been a woman who has since girlhood sat on the floor with a binder, and then on the bind or a book or some kind of hard surface, but the best was those like binders with the clear covers that you could put stuff in, and then a layer of like 10 sheets of white printer paper, and then the paper I was actually drawing on top of that. And that's how I created all of my art until I learned how to use the computer. And well after I learned how to use the computer. Ballpoint, Bic pens, whatever, but I'd be hunched over on the floor doing that. That's how I learned to draw. So I just revert back to that. Especially when I'm having fun drawing like cartoons and stuff like this. I just want to be fully in that headspace again. Because it feels like doing a puzzle when I'm figuring out how to do fan art in my own style, or like a little golden book style chica or whatever. It's like it feels like it scratches the same itch as sitting and doing a puzzle. You know? It's fun. I'm doing like an art Sudoku right now. Plugging in shapes. And it's less frustrating now that I kind of know what I'm doing versus when I was like 14 or 15 and trying to like imitate art that I saw online that I thought was cool. And I didn't really know how to draw at all, and it would just get me irritated. If you're in that stage, if you're watching, listening to this now or in the future, and you're in that stage of your art journey where you're still frustrated when you draw stuff, it gets better, I promise. You'll learn how to do so much stuff by just doing it. You'll get over the hurdle, I promise you. And then it'll be fun to just sit and do stuff like this. Okay, figuring out the shape of all this. I'm gonna do this in the lineless style, but I'm just trying to figure out some stuff. And I don't know how the suits underneath work, but I am not gonna research it because I would rather have it just be a bunch of tiny little wires like this, because I think it's more upsetting to look at. And then maybe have some loose wires crisscrossing over here. And same with this shoulder blade here. I'm all about looking up ref, but stylistically I like the idea of a bunch of tightly compacted little wires more than like a sheet of metal or whatever is actually underneath, you know? And then technically you don't see any gaps with this part, the legs, but you see a hunk of metal where it connects to the foot. So I want to make that hunk of metal more apparent, I think, thicker, just to make it very obvious that it's not a real foot or a cute little toy foot. Oh, I wanted to make these feet a little bit different too, because I don't like that they're identical. So we're going to keep this one over here like this. And then this one I want to have a little bit more forward facing. So something like this. So we don't want symmetry because that's boring. I want something more asymmetrical like this. Yeah, something like this. And the plate, actually, you know what I'm thinking? I like when, I'm trying to think of how to describe it. When plates are simplified and it's just like this, or, I don't know, I'm trying to, my brain is running out of energy. But it's not perfectly oval like this. It's like one edge is flat. It's like stylized in that way. Maybe like flat, 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 and then curve. No, it just looks like a shallow bowl when I do it. Whatever. In my mind it sounded cooler, so we're just gonna do maybe a lopsided oval like this, just to make it a little cuter. Okay. Trying to figure out stuff like this, like mid-century, like googie retro stuff where the stuff is flat when it should be round. I don't know. Okay. All right, I think I'm cooking here. 1 second, I'm gonna drink a little water. I can feel my throat like drying out. All right, you're back. Let me show you the progress I made on Hoodwink, if you didn't catch it before you took off. We're doing Chica now, obviously. The random list picked for me, and now I'm just doing this for the rest of the stream because it's spooky season, and it's fitting. But let me show you. Finish the line art. I roughly did an eye mask here. So, not bad progress for a night. Come back and finish it. Next week is going to be the week of finishing things. So, finishing the background on Trubbish, doing the coloring on Hoodwink, and finishing Chica. And then I think I'll move into like spooky season stuff. This was just total serendipity that the random picker picked Chica, but I'm happy with it because we get to do something spooky. Alright, I think I've planned this out okay. So I'm actually going to get started doing some shapes, some color shapes here. Looks sweet. Thank you. I'm going to do the full little golden book treatment on her too. It's going to be very like cutesy wootsy, you know? Move this out of the way. I still have this picture of Trubbish staring at me for no reason on my screen. Just eating up a quarter of my screen real estate. Trubbish, get out of here. Shoo. Yeah, we'll do this all as one layer here, I think. And then do this knee thing on top. And then... Yeah. Is this the right brush? Oh my gosh, this whole time I'm not even using the right brush. We can fix this. I want these, like, edges. So we're gonna re-edge with that. Worst case, I can also erase with the same brush and do the same thing. Like, right here. Glad I caught it early. That would have been a huge pain to fix. Or I would have just rolled with the softer brush. But I'm glad I caught it because I like the harder edge for this kind of look. Carve that out a little bit. Like, management gave me... Yeah, that's this hot tip to getting lots of hours is just go to a job where people call out constantly. This one crazy hack. Bosses hate him. Yeah, it's kitchen work still, right? So yeah, there would be people that call off. Listen, I called off all the time when I worked at Disney. I can't say anything about people who call off work. They basically told us, like, oh, you get like 10 call off days per period or whatever, so I use every single one of those up. The only thing is you can't go to the parks on your off days when you call in, obviously. The Disney parks, because, like, you have to use your employee badge to get in. Kids would do that and get caught, and then they'd get terminated from the college program. So you have to find other things to do on your days off. Me, I played a lot of Sim City. I doodled a lot, you know? I would go to downtown Disney, which was just the place where the movie theater was. I'd do stuff like that on my day off. But listen, I use every single one of those days off. And then some. It was hard. I was hauling trash in like 95-degree Florida heat. It wasn't fun, but you know, I made it. I could not do that now. I'd pass out of heat strokes so easily. Oh my gosh. I have no idea how I lived, to be honest, doing that. So hot. I can like feel the heat, like imagining it now. It's just like, it's cooking you, and especially when it's humid out, like you're just dying. It's miserable. Fix this shape up, fill that in. Yeah, I think next week I'll start the top of the show with Trubbish and Hoodwink. Get them knocked out both, I think, within an hour or so, give or take. And then we're gonna do Chica, and then I might just do only do a separate list of only spooky requests. So like only FNAF or Shipwrecked or something like that. The Jane MB got dumber. Waiting for it to close on the... Yeah. Listen, do what you gotta do. I don't blame you one bit. Sorry about that. I had to check something, but we're locked in again, folks. I feel like my brain gets scattered the closer I get to when I know I was going to end the stream. But I think considering I wasn't planning on doing a finished piece, I think this is going to be some pretty good progress actually on this. I think in a half hour I can probably finish up all the flat shapes. Let's see. Maybe even get the correct colors in that time. I don't know. The wires are going to be a whole other thing. We're going to deal with the wires next week, though. All the stuff underneath the suit. That is a next week problem. But I'm trying to think of other spooky stuff that would be, like, good in a little Golden Book style, or, like, you know, because I was thinking, I said the Shipwreck characters, Shipwreck 64, FNAF. I could do cute Halloween characters, like the Charlie Brown Halloween stuff, or, I don't know, just generic cute Halloween things. Whatever. I'll let the chat help me brainstorm. I'll make a separate list of just spooky season requests. We'll do spooky request streams or something. Already 2 people calling off tomorrow. You know what? Good for them. Bad for you, though, if you're having to pick up their slack. You know what I mean? But I hope it's tolerable till you can get that unemployment going. That was the best during when COVID was kicking off. I was able to collect underemployment. I wasn't fully unemployed because I was still freelancing, but my freelance had dipped by like 50%, so I was able to make a claim. And it was nice because those weeks where I had no money coming in, it saved my butt. It was great. Can't do that anymore. Freelancer is back to being like not a real job as far as that's concerned, so. But for a brief moment, it all worked out. And now business is back to where it was pre-COVID. Knock on wood, so. Just very lucky. A black cat witch, yeah. Yeah, any, like, cutesy, Halloween-y ideas I'll take. Let me actually make a new list. I'll separate this into a different list for next stream. Black cat witch shipwrecked 64 FNAF collected till summer when job. Nice. Yeah, my brain's doing a blank on like everything I've ever learned about Halloween or spooky stuff. So I'll have the chat help me out with that. Concurrent viewers 1. I think you might be the only one here now. Unless my viewer count is just totally messed up, which is also a possibility. Sorry. Brain is going offline the closer the clock ticks to 10 Eastern. God help us all, why? Something I said? I already forgot what I said 30 seconds ago, so, to be honest with you. Now, was this touching the shoulder blade? Ooh, I wanted the shoulder to overlap, so... I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna erase a chunk. That works. Yeah. And then even this out. Is this underneath this layer, right? No, of course not. See, I'm losing it. I'm not even doing the layers right. I have a dream that I'll get just the flat color layers done. They won't even necessarily be the right colors, but it's gonna set me up really nicely for the next stream. So that's the goal. And this, I'll have to do a clipping mask on and make the inner part of that dark. But I think this is okay for now. Then do the hand on this layer. Cover the morning shift as well. I mean, if you can handle it, that's a you thing. That's a you call. Depends, is it worth it money-wise to pick up that shift? If so, go for it. Okay, I guess I could do the plate on a new layer. I'm trying to use as few layers as possible, even though I have room in this file for like 20 more layers, I think. I just like minimizing layers when possible. It's a good habit to get into if you plan on doing like bigger pieces with backgrounds and stuff and you don't have the latest greatest iPad that can handle like 100 layers. Just being economical with your layer usage is just a good habit to build. Now if you have a big souped up computer in Photoshop, you can do 500 layers if you want, but it's not what we're doing here. We're doing Procreate. Oh, if your sleep's off, it ain't worth it. Your health is worth more than a couple $100 or whatever you get. I say sleep then. Rest. If your sleep's whack. Fix that and then pick up shifts when you're like feeling human again, you know? That's my 2 cents. You don't have to listen to me, but that's my 2 cents. When my sleep is off, like, oh my god, I can't even function. I had messed up sleep. I just kept having really bad nightmares for no reason a couple nights ago, and I was just in a pure zombie state the whole next day. It was like a drag to do anything. Even like sitting and eating a box of vegan mac and cheese and like watching stuff on YouTube and playing games, like none of it was really enjoyable because my sleep was just totally messed up. So that should be priority numero uno, honestly. Get back to feeling human. And that was a drag on me, and I was just sitting at my computer drawing cartoons, so I can't imagine doing like manual labor, you know? Not well rested. What a nightmare. Alright, we're gonna do... eyes here. You've not had 2 days off together yet. Yeah, take advantage. If you can get 2 days off, absolutely do it. Sorry, I was just sending something off real quick. Yeah, it's getting to the end of my night, I think. Speaking of sleep, talking about sleep has given me a case of the sleepies. I'm actually really pleased with how this stream's turned out. I didn't really know where it was going after I had Hoodwink and Trubbish planned out, but I didn't know what the request was going to be like or if I'd even have time to do anything, but this was a really fortuitous pull of the random picker thing, I think. It's gonna set me up for a spooky October. I'm happy with it. Something like that. Teeth, something like this. I'll clean up the edges of those a little better. It's alright the way it is. That's not bad. That's not bad. Do the beak. Yeah, that's the goal now, is just do Just let's wrap up the flat colors here. We'll leave them the whack wrong colors for now. Come back to it next week. And then do all the details and the wires and the teeth and all that fun stuff. Oops. Oh my gosh. I'm losing it. Doing it on the same layer. Big mistake. Want a spooky commission? Yeah, send it my way. Yeah, hit me up, email or whatever, whenever. Can't promise it'll get to you in the next week or so, because I got a bunch of stuff lined up, but before Halloween due date is totally doable. Totally doable. I think I mentioned last week I actually have a Halloween party to go to this year, which I'm excited about. Because I didn't do anything for Halloween last year, I don't think. 2 years ago I went to Halloween karaoke, which was cool. But it'll be nice because I get to repurpose all the Renaissance Fair stuff that I didn't get to wear because nobody wanted to go to Ren Fair this year. So I'll just be Goth Hobbit or something. But it'll be fun. It'll be nice to be around people in costume doing something for Halloween. I'll figure out this mouth situation next week because I'm not... This looks like a pelican bill or something, you know? Whatever. That's, again, next week's problem. I'm gonna do the hollows of the eyes here. Probably none, just because this is my wheelhouse now. Is doing, like, you know, wholesome G-rated whatever. Working on my portfolio, kids book illustration grinding, all that. But I appreciate you asking. Field of Screams. Is that like a, I think we talked about this last stream. Is it something that's set up out by you? Where it's like a haunted field farm thing? Because here, or whatever, Six Flags Great America, the Chicago adjacent Six Flags, they do like a Hollow Scream or whatever they call it. But I haven't been to that. I have done Halloween Horror Nights a few different times, both in Orlando and Hollywood. That's always really fun. 3 to 4 haunted houses, yeah. I love stuff like that. I love a haunted house because I'm well aware that it's like a 16-year-old in like a rubber mask, and it still makes me scream every time. Like, I know it's just a strobe light and a guy wearing a pig mask, like, but I'm gonna scream. It never doesn't scare me. And that's why it's so fun. There was 1 year at Universal Hollywood when I lived out in LA. They had a house themed to the movie Us, and a lot of the haunted house was just kind of like whatever. But the guy that they had playing Pluto or whatever, the kid on the leash with like the mask, was so scary. I thought that was like the scariest thing they ever did. It was like he genuinely looked like a freak on a leash. Like, it was really scary. It was good. It was a very, very competent scare actor. Because that movie was whatever too, but like the guy they got to play in the haunted house was great. And I think the Hollywood one is a little better than the Orlando one, because a lot of the Hollywood scare actors are like, you know, actual like wannabe actors, like actually trying to get gigs in Hollywood. So they're really giving it their all, you know? Like that Waterworld show that they do, that you think is going to be lame because you're like, it's a live Waterworld show, how cool could it be? Waterworld stinks. But the live Waterworld show at Universal Hollywood is the only good thing at Universal Hollywood. And Halloween Horror Nights. It's legit. Like, it's real Hollywood stunts and actors and stuff. It's cool. You think it's going to be stupid, and it is not. It is awesome. A haunted hayride as well. Cool. Love that fall stuff. Chica looks kind of scary like this with just the hollow eyes. Alright, we're gonna do these eyes as well. Why is my eraser not working? Okay. I'm just like staring at my canvas like, huh? Something like this. You know what? I'm glad that that Australian guy left, or person left, girl, whatever. Because they're the ones always telling me to flip the canvas. It's too late to flip the canvas now. I'm not doing it. Watch, they pop back up just to say, flip the canvas. Too late now. This one remains unflipped. It's unflippable. Spooky got an update. Aw. I want to see what the outfit's like. Is it like a cute little cape or a little like witch gown or something? Make this a little bit bigger, I think. Yeah, is this about the same size as this one? Maybe a little more cross-eyed for cuteness. Yeah, that's pretty cute. I think that's pretty cute. You know what, can I flip the whole canvas horizontal? I'm curious. Oh yeah, ha! Ooh, you know what? It looks pretty good flipped, however, I am gonna fix the foot here real quick. Where did... Because this one on the right should be a little bit higher, I think. TBH. So we're just gonna scooch. This up. Yeah. And then scooch this down. And hide the sketch real quick. Yeah, that looks fine. Cool. You know what? Sometimes you gotta flip the canvas. That Aussie's right, you gotta flip the canvas. Okay. I wanted to do the nails on the feet. So we'll do those as well. Where's the feet? We'll do a clipping mask on top. I want them a little bit squared off at the top as well. 2 types of dresses. Something like this. I wonder who it was that first suggested Chica, because I didn't add it to the list. I mean, I don't know anything about FNAF, but I'm curious if the person who requested Chica will show up next stream, you know? Or if that was just a drive-by request, and they'll never see this. But shout out to whoever it was that requested Chica, because this is turning out well, I think. And this is going to be a really good piece when it's done. I'm happy about it so far. I can feel the makeup on my lips like crusting because I've been talking for 3 hours. I can feel it. Alright, I think this is a good place to call it. I have all the flat colors done. Next week I have to work on the wires. Let me doodle my thought process through this. Next week I gotta work on the wires underneath and all that detail, the let's eat, and then obviously doing the colors and a little bit of detail lines on top. Yeah, I think this is gonna end up really good. I'm happy with the progress on this. A more purple dress and a purple and yellow one for Spooky. My brain is out of energy right now, but if I think of anything, I will let you know. But definitely hit me up with a commission idea, and we can brainstorm back and forth too, when I have more energy and brain power. So for anybody who's still tuned in, this is what we did tonight. We finished the basic art of Trubbish. The background is to be finished next week. On Hoodwink here, did the line art and just a flat color underneath. Gonna do the coloring and finish this one up next week as well. And then Chica. So we have 3 pieces to finish next week, which means I probably won't do any sketch requests next week, but that's all right because I'll make up for it with the week after next week. I'll do just only spooky sketch, whatever, and I'll just sit and knock out like as many spooky related sketch requests as humanly possible in that like 3-hour setting. So yeah, that should be fun. So for all 3 concurrent viewers who are still tuned in, thank you so much for showing up and staying late with me while I work on this Chica piece, and I hope to see y'all next week. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Peace out. Have a great night.